Eminem made a surprise, jaw-dropping appearance at the Thanksgiving Day halftime show at the Detroit Lions versus Green Bay Packers game, and it turned into one of the most unforgettable halftime moments in recent memory. From the smoke and lights of the stage at Ford Field on November 27, 2025, what began as a rock and roll halftime show turned into a fusion of generations, hometown pride, and pure, unfiltered energy as the rapper known worldwide as Eminem rose from below the stage to join Detroit rocker Jack White in a performance that no one saw coming. Jack White kicked off the show with one of his recent solo tracks, setting a gritty, guitar-heavy mood that felt rooted in Detroit's raw, working-class spirit. Just as the crowd settled into nodding heads and foot-tapping, lights dimmed, smoke billowed, and then came the shock. He introduced Detroit's own to the stage. Eminem emerged wearing a blue Lions varsity jacket over his signature hoodie and cap, the roar from the crowd instantly shaking the stadium. And then the beat dropped. Eminem launched into his 2002 anthem, Till I Collapse, a song that's long carried themes of resilience, determination, and never giving up. Perfect for a city like Detroit and a crowd hungry for realness. Guitar riffs from White blended with Eminem's verses, creating a gritty mashup of rock and rap that felt primal, alive, and unapologetically Detroit. Phones came up across the stadium, arms raised, voices chanting, fans singing along. The sound echoed like thunder. As the set moved on, the vibe escalated. White and Eminem didn't just perform a song, they conjured an atmosphere. When they closed with the iconic Seven Nation Army, stadium lights flared, cheerleaders took the field, and the crowd joined in a communal chant that rolled through the stands like a wave. It wasn't just music, it was catharsis. It was Detroit. But the emotional gravity of the moment didn't stop at music. In the stands was a baby, just months old, wide-eyed, headphones on, being cradled by his mother. That baby was Eminem's grandson, and filming that exact moment, his daughter. As the camera panned, you could feel the weight of legacy. A music legend performing for his city as his first grandchild looked on, hearing the roar, feeling the lights, witnessing history. That tiny figure, barely 8 months old, born this March, it was the first time he'd witnessed his grandfather perform live, perhaps ever. The innocence of that moment tugged at heartstrings. It turned a rock-rap mashup into a generational handshake, past, present, and future, all under one roof, under stadium lights, under the roar of thousands. This wasn't a random surprise. Leading up to the game, the Detroit Lions had announced a multi-year partnership with Eminem and his longtime manager Paul Rosenberg to produce the Thanksgiving halftime shows through 2027. They'd tapped Jack White to headline this year, a nod to Detroit's music heartbeat. But nobody predicted that the hometown rap legend himself would jump on stage. That's what made it real. That's what made it unforgettable. In many ways, this night felt like more than a halftime show. It felt like a reclaiming. Detroit history, music legacy, family ties, sports tradition, all colliding in one explosive moment. For those watching live at the stadium, for those streaming at home, or for fans scrolling on social media, this was a reminder of what music and sport can be when they root deep in community and history. Social media erupted. Fans called it the halftime show I didn't know I needed. The best halftime performance in years. Detroit proving once again why it matters. Many said that night's energy should be the standard, even for the biggest stage of them all. Yes, the Lions lost the game. The scoreboard read Packers 31, Lions 24. But in the hours and days that followed, no one remembered the loss. What lingered was the sound, the energy, the memory, the moment. Because when Eminem stepped out with Jack White at his side, when the first beat of Till I Collapse echoed through Ford Field, it wasn't just a performance. It was a statement, a legacy, a city roaring back. And as the lights dimmed, the smoke cleared, and fans filed out, You could almost hear the echoes in the empty stadium seats, like Detroit itself whispering, "This is still our city. This is still our music. This is still home." Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.